Well, good game day morning, everyone. It's so good to see you all again. And as usual and normal, on behalf of the Ohio State University Office of Marketing and Communications, I'd like to welcome all you Buckeye fans near and far watching today's Skull Session via live stream. So if you're watching Skull Session from home, tailgate, or even right here inside St. John Arena, we would love to see where you are from. So please tweet a photo to @ToBiddle and use hashtag Skull Session. You may just see yourself on our next Skull Session live stream on October 5th. Our halftime show today is The Road to the Moon Goes Through Ohio, and we are excited to tell the story of Ohio's connection to the space race, both past and present. Well, let's get a couple messages out of the way before the band arrives. So for those of you here in St. John, our Skull Session programs are digital, so please scan the QR code at the entrance to your section or visit go.osu.edu/2024-SKULL. That's go.osu.edu/2024-SKULL. Celebrate Script Ohio with our Script Ohio license plates. So when you renew your plates, visit oplates.com, search specialty plates, and look up OSU Marching Band. Approximately $25 from each plate goes into a scholarship fund for the band. If you're looking for something to do on Saturday, October 12th, just across the street to your south in Ohio Stadium, we will host the Buckeye Invitational High School Marching Band Competition sponsored by the Ohio Music Education Association. The day begins around 10 a.m. and ends with a performance by ToBiddle around 8:45 at night. It's a wonderful outing for families, a great way to support the band programs, and I know the students, I think we have 44 bands this year, the students would appreciate your support. So tickets can be purchased at the gate or online, so please visit tobiddle.osu.edu for more information. Buckeye fans, do you want to show your Ohio State pride? Well, new this year, the Office of Marketing and Communications is giving you an opportunity to win an Ohio State flag. One lucky fan, either here or watching the live stream, will win. To enter, text the word SCARLET to 644-678. That's text the word SCARLET to 644-678. The number is also in your digital Official rules can be found at go.osu.edu/flag-giveaway. And last week's winner is Joe H. from Northville, Michigan. So Joe, we appreciate your support there. Our next Skull Session is going to be October 5th, and our visiting high school band will be Upper Arlington, just a couple miles to our west. And so, speaking of high school bands, how about we say hello to our high school band today from Maumee, Ohio. Good to see you all. Thank you for making the trip down. And so we look forward to hearing from you once ToBiddle arrives. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the Office of Marketing and Communications has added something new to Skull Session this year, interviews with special guests who have a significant connection to Ohio State. And it is my pleasure to welcome our third guest of the season, Mr. Jake Diebler, the current Ohio State men's basketball coach. Well, sir, welcome to Skull Session. And so before we talk basketball, let's talk a little football. You grew up an Ohio State football fan. Do you have a favorite memory?
My two favorite memories are more recent, the 2014 National Championship, and then most recently, our football players leading a baptism on our campus. Those are my two favorite memories so far.
They're very, very memorable for sure. So you were named interim head coach in February, and you got the permanent job in March. What a whirlwind, I think I can safely say that. How are you adjusting to the new role?
I'm having fun. It's been a blast. It's a lot of work, and we got an important season to get ready for. Really tough non-conference schedule. Obviously, playing in the Big Ten is going to be tough every year. So our guys are hard at work, our staff is hard at work, and getting ready for our first official practice, which starts on Monday.
All right, good deal, good deal. Well, you and your wife welcomed a new baby into the family this summer, and I've heard you talk about how Ohio State and the fans, how much they've meant to you and your family. Congratulations on that addition, but we'd like to hear a little bit about what Ohio State means to you and your family.
Yeah, thank you. So we now have 4 kids under the age of 6 in our house. Yeah, round of applause for my wife. How about that? But we're blessed. Healthy children, and it's a unique dynamic. I think our kids, there's scarlet and gray in their DNA. So much so that in our house, the ranking goes my wife, Brutus, and then me. And one of the most popular albums in our family Spotify account is To Biddle. So we listen to it regularly in our house.
Well, we like to hear that, and I should tell you, feel free to download any To Biddle music online. We love for you to take the band everywhere that you go. Mr. Diebler, you are an enthusiastic guy, and you are definitely passionate on the sideline. What has excited you about this year's team?
We have a really connected group. Certainly we're talented, and that's important, but we have a group of guys who are playing and practicing right now for something bigger than themselves. They take pride in wearing Ohio State across their chest, and I'm really excited that we've been able to come together, guys from all over the country, but we've been able to come together and so far really be intentional about playing for something bigger than ourselves.
So my brother-in-law, who lives in Tampa, hi Christopher, hope you're watching, he has been coaching in your day camp for 20 plus years, and I was chatting with him on the phone yesterday, and one of the things he talked about is how, I think it's half of your roster is from Ohio. What does that mean to you?
Well, being someone that grew up from Northwest Ohio and actually played a lot of basketball in Maumee growing up, so great to see some people from Northwest Ohio here. I think when you grow up in this state and you grow up a Buckeye fan, when you put on that jersey, and I really believe this, it gives you a little extra ability, gives you a little, like instead of playing at 100%, maybe you get to play at 103, 105%. And so when you look at the tradition of our program, our best years, there is a significant Ohio presence on the roster. And it goes back to the national championship team back in the 60s, all the way to the most recent Final Fours. So I think for our program to continue to grow and get back to the level that it belongs, there certainly needs to be an Ohio presence on the roster.
Well, sounds good. Well, last question. Any final messages for Buckeye fans watching the live stream today?
Yeah, Buckeye fans, we need you to help us fill the shot so we can make this place one of the best environments in college basketball. But before basketball season starts, let's make sure we cheer hard for our football team to go 3-0 today. All right, go Bucks.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jake Diebler, the men's basketball coach. OH! 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 Ladies and gentlemen, the pride of the Buckeyes, the Ohio State University Marching Band. Well, on behalf of the Department of Athletics, the College of the Arts and Sciences, and the School of Music, welcome to St. John Arena with the best damn band in the land. I'm Wesley Clark, a native of Urbana, Ohio, and a former member of ATRO, and I'll serve as the voice of the band today. Well, let's recognize our leadership team who makes all of this possible. From the College of the Arts and Sciences Administration, Dr. David Horn, Executive Dean, Dr. Dana Renga, Dean of Arts and Humanities. From the School of Music, Dr. Russell Mickelson, Director of Bands. And Dr. Michael Ibrahim, I didn't see him, Director of the School of Music. Dr. Scott Jones, Associate Director of Bands. Our music arranger emeritus, Richard Heine, Sergeant Major Ken McCoy, and John Tagenhorst. Our current music arrangers, Dr. Scott Borma, John Brennan, Dr. Ishba Cox, Lisa Galvin, Michael Klesch, Andrew Markworth, Dr. Ted McDaniel, Mark Reynolds on percussion, and Mr. Jim Swearingen, who arranged today's halftime show. Our adjunct staff, Karen and Ed Crockett and David Saunders, are our photographers. Tim Crock and Kayla Errett serve as visiting band liaisons, and Ed Thompson as our recording engineer. Our drum majors, Mr. Clayton Callender from Dover, Ohio, is our head drum major, and Joshua Ford from Gahanna is our assistant drum major. Celebrating her 20th year as an Ohio State employee, Mary Machuga from Columbus is our business operations manager. Caitlin Bowman from Hilliard is our administrative coordinator. Connor Barr from Gahanna is our communications manager. LaShonda Coleman from Canton, Ohio is our compliance and life skills coordinator. Dun, da, da, dun, da, da, dun, da, da, da. Dr. Matt Brocchione from New Baltimore, Michigan is our medical coordinator. Now, on to our directing staff. In her final year with us, from Ames, Iowa, Sarah Baker. In his second year with us, originally from the Kingdom of Tonga, and also served in the United States Marine Corps, Mr. William Fiaki. In his second year with us, from Syracuse, New York, Sean Davern. In his first year with us from Kent, Ohio, Paul Bisler. And now our full-time directors. Mr. Mark Reynolds, who's always hiding back here from Grove City, is our percussion instructor. Josh Reynolds, no relation, from Utica, Ohio, is our assistant director of marching and athletic bands. Phil Day, from Milford, Ohio, near Cincinnati, is our associate director of marching and athletic bands. You know him, you love him, he has nice hair, 4 stripes, 5 degrees. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Christopher D. Hoke, Director of Marching and Athletic Bands at The Ohio State University. Well, is there anyone here representing, oh, I see some green, representing the Thundering Herd? Where you at? Well, good to see you all. Thank you for coming. We appreciate you supporting our students as well as Maumee, and we hope you enjoy Skull Session. For many veterans, the following song is sung as a request for protection, to remember the needs of warriors, and to ask for the protection of their families while they are serving. We encourage all veterans to stand and be honored as we play the Navy hymn. We thank you for your service. You know what's coming up. Everybody watch the sousaphones. Here we go, let's get after it. Don't you just love that? Ladies and gentlemen, the best damn band in the land. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our traditional pregame. And our eye dotter today is Mr. Andrew Bowden from St. Louis, Missouri. Ladies and gentlemen, the pride of the Buckeyes, the Ohio State University Marching Band. Well, there is no doubt that if you have attended an Ohio State football game in the last 50 years, you have heard us play an arrangement by Jim Swearingen. Jim, stand up, please. Today, we thank Jim for his contributions to the Ohio State University Marching Band, as his work will forever have an impact. Jim, we thank you so much, and we hope to play more of your music. from St. Louis, Missouri, carries on a tradition that dates back to 1936. The most memorable tradition in college band history, the incomparable Script, Ohio. Another round of applause for Mr. Andrew Bowden from St. Louis, Missouri, and his fan club here in the Southeast section. Well, under the baton of Dr. Russell Mickelson, Director of Bands at Ohio State, please rise and sing as the sound of the campus chimes introduces the Ohio State University alma mater, Carmen, Ohio. Under the baton of Rawson Milanov, music director of the Columbus Symphony Orchestra, to honor America, please rise and join the band in the singing of our national anthem. the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Burke, quarterback, number 10, Ohio State. First and foremost, I just want to thank, our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, for another Saturday in the shoe. Shout out to the best band in the land. And shout out to the best fans in the land. This whole week, Coach Dave's been emphasizing, chase, pace, and pull. And, we're chasing to be the hardest, violent, most disciplined team in the country. We're pacing, take it weekend and one game at a time to get 1% better. And to pull a young guy with us this year. And you never know when their time may come. And, they got to be ready when their name is called. And I'm just ready to show you guys this Saturday what we've been doing all week. How hard we've been practicing the week that we missed last week. We're just ready to get back in the shoe. Go Bucks.
I'm honored to introduce somebody who's paid a lot of time, effort, sweat, tears, not only as a player, but now as a coach. They call him OG, best secondary coach in America, Tim Walton.
Let's go, Buckeye Nation, get this place rocking. Let's go. Let's go. Give a shout out to the best band in the land. The best fans in the land, and a big round to the best college football team in the country. Coach Dave's message of the week, intensity and applying pressure. We have to do that on offense, defense, special teams, and with the crowd noise today. Let's make sure it's the loudest team in the country and make it really uncomfortable for Marshall playing in the shoe today. All right, we good with that? Make it very uncomfortable them playing in the shoe day. You apply pressure, you receive it. Let's apply a lot of pressure. Pressure bust pipes. Go Bucks.
Always! Always! Appreciate you guys waking up. We got a new kickoff today. We got to start fast. I appreciate you guys all coming up, waking up 10 a.m. The band's here. The fans are here. We're going to have a fast start today. We talk about grading out a champion and being the hardest playing team in the country. Grading out a champion is simple. Do your job. Kicker's got to kick. Cornerback's got to cover. Band's got to play. Fans got to be loud. Offense and defensive line got to knock people back. And then we got to be the hardest playing team in the country. What does that look like? Intensity. Bunch of guys flying around with the bad attitude. You're going to see that today. Fight on three. 1, 2, 3. Fight!
Well, the Glenn Research Center, just up the road in Cleveland, was established by the National Advisory Committee for Aeronautics in 1941 and absorbed into NASA in October 1958. From Mercury and Apollo to the Space Shuttle and the International Space Station, the Glenn Research Center has supported NASA's human exploration missions. And you know what? What I find even more interesting is every U.S. aircraft has a piece of NASA Glenn technology on it. So Dr. James Kenyon is the most senior NASA official in the Midwest, and he heads up NASA's Glenn Research Center just up the road. Dr. Kenyon represents a team of more than 3,200 who conduct essential research, development, and testing in aeronautics and spaceflight to make NASA's missions possible. Please welcome Dr. James Kenyon. All right, Dr. Kenyon. So, you know, we're doing a NASA-themed show today, and so I trust that you are enjoying the atmosphere here, the best damn band in the land, the football team. And so, tell us about your team at NASA Glenn and how you're feeling about today's festivities.
Well, to start with, we're feeling really grateful to be here. Thank you to Ohio State. We're grateful to President Carter, to band director Dr. Hoke, and to this entire band for all the hard work and preparation going into the halftime show today. We are excited to share a little bit about NASA and excited that you're part of that journey with us. You also mentioned our more than 3,200 people at NASA Glenn. I am proud to be part of that incredible team. Some of the best, brightest, smartest people in our country, many of whom got their engineering degrees or their degrees right here at Ohio State. And so we're just proud to be here and thankful for what we're doing and very much looking forward to the halftime show. We also work a lot with Ohio State, working together to design, develop, and to test advanced technologies to make flying better, to explore the universe, and to improve our life right here on Earth.
All right, thank you for that. So, yeah, oh, that's worthy of a round of applause, absolutely. Absolutely. Hopefully some of these folks you see now will maybe be working for you in years to come.
Hope so.
So I understand that you have some special guests with you today who are rising stars at NASA who just happen to fall in love on the campus of the Ohio State University. And they're also raising a family, so let's chat. Tell us about it.
Oh, this is Jeff and Molly Radigan. They got their engineering degrees right here at Ohio State, and then they joined our NASA family. Jeff is now a flight director, and Molly's the deputy chief of our Space Flight Systems office. And they are very much part of our human exploration of space. And we're going to get to see more of them and hear more about them at the Crimson and Gray salute, or Scarlet and Gray salute this afternoon.
Well, that is outstanding. And so thank you, Dr. Kenyon, Jeff, and Molly for joining our skull session. Ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause for NASA, Dr. James Kenyon, and his colleagues who are esteemed Buckeyes. The road to the moon goes through Ohio. Arrangements by Jim Swearingen. Jim, stand up, be recognized again, please. And percussion by Mark Reynolds. Another round of applause for Mr. Jim Swearingen and his 50 years of arranging for the best damn band in the land. We'll see you inside, Buckeyes. OH! OH! OH!